I want to share with you guys the actual top 5 MLM objections that I know that you guys need to learn how to overcome, because overcoming these 5 objections actually will help you to overcome any objection in this business, right? And the cool thing is this, there are many ways or many rebuttals against these objections, but I just want to share something simple with you guys. May have some people that may just be getting started into MLM or direct sales, may be struggling with objections, whatever the case may be. Maybe this will actually give you a little bit of clarity, as well as I have a free resource in the description. So if you have that fear of, picking up the phone, what do you say to your prospects? How do you get people interested in what it is that you actually are offering to them, meaning that they're a cold person? And this works with a warm market as well, but like I said, this is my perfect cold calling script that I'm actually giving you guys free as a resource, so you can download that anytime after this video. And for the people that's watching me live, feel free to drop a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from, and also put in the comment section an objection that you may be getting a lot, and you may want to find multiple ways of handling it, whatever the case may be. And just like I said, let's dive into this thing. And I'm super stoked, man. And we're gonna make this really fun. So let's see where we at here. Oh yeah, all right. So periodically, guys, I will be checking back, getting my looking at my comments. And if anytime during this live stream you guys get value, something resonates, feel free to let the thumbs fly, give this video a thumbs up, whatever the case may be. All right, so let's dive into it. Let me know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? All right. So I want to share with you guys how to crush the top 5 MLM objections. All right, but first, what are objections and why do we get them? All right, what are objections and why do we get them? Like a lot of people like, man, I'm getting objection after objection, but what are they? All right, what is an objection? Objections are basically unanswered questions, right? It's something that you didn't fully lay out to your prospect. In some cases, it be a little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of fear, a little skepticism, right? But for the most part, they're just unanswered questions, right? So what are the top 5 MLM objections? And if you guys have experienced any of these 5 objections, feel free to share, give me some love, give me some likes, put in the comment section one of these that you probably have gotten today if you've done any presentations. All right, so those top 5s are: I want to think about it, I don't have the money, I don't have any time, is this a pyramid, I have to talk to my spouse. Right? So some of these may be some common objections, but I promise you, if you learn to master these 5, prospecting and closing, presenting, all these things, they begin to become fun, right? So I want to think about it. What does that mean? Basically, guys, to sum it all up, it's a blow off. In most cases, right? In most cases, it's a polite way of saying no. Now, like I said, in each and every one of these objections, there are a few different ways that you can handle these objections. And I just wanted to keep it simple. I got my slides, short, and I went on ahead and put all my sentences out. And what I would do, I'm gonna go ahead and go over each, paragraph. And that way you can screenshot or take some notes, whatever the case may be. So my comeback off of this is, awesome. I could totally appreciate that. But I'm just curious. You wouldn't be wasting your time thinking about something unless you really liked it. And see, every objection or the purpose of these rebuttals is to get your prospect to think, right? To get them to wonder, like, I didn't think he was going to say that, right? So you just want to say, look, I'm just curious. You won't be wasting your time thinking about something unless you really liked it, right? Because what's going to happen with all these rebuttals, I'm sharing with you how to actually close your prospect let them close themselves, right? Let them close their own deal by answering these questions, all right? And let's just say, whatever the case may be, but asking this question actually qualifies your person. That way they can say, well, I really don't like it, or whatever the case may be. So basically, you're saying that you're just going to think about it because, you're just blowing me off, right? So you want to ask them, so you're not just saying that to blow me off, are you? Right? And what it does, it makes them accountable for their answer. Because if they're blowing you off, they don't want you to know that they're blowing you off. Keep in mind that it's a blow off. So you want to find out whether it's a blow off or not. All right. The next one is, I don't have the money. Right. This is a pretty common one. Right. But typically, when someone says they don't have the money, I like to say, I can appreciate you saying that. But let me ask you a question. If you did have the money, you will be moving forward with this today, right? Once again, every rebuttal that I'm going to share with you guys is a way for your prospects to basically close themselves. So if they did have the money, they're basically telling you like, hey, if I had the money, I would be moving forward with this, right? So before you share with them how they can actually raise the money, which is another way to get your prospects to move forward, but you want to understand that you need to paint a picture, and that the brain reacts to pictures, meaning they get their credit card out off of pictures. Just like you started your business, something in your mind went on. You seen something mentally that made you say, hey, I want to move forward with my business, product or services, right? So I like to use this, and this works with a vehicle or a home or anything. But you can ask your prospect, say, hey, what's your dream car? Right? And you want them to basically describe this car down to a T. That I want a 68 Cutlass, right? I want a 68 Chevy Cutlass, bucket seats, drop top, peanut butter material, right? 22-inch wheels, 454, whatever the case. You want them to narrow it all the way down, because it's going to come back. You're going to flip this in the end. But the whole point of you asking this, you wanting your person to dream, right? If they have a car that they desire, trust me, no matter what they're driving, it's something that they still desire, right? So from there, now you want to take the details from the car and position it with your investment price. So for an example, if I pull up in a 6-8 drop top Cutlass with bucket seats, peanut butter interior, and I told you all you needed to own this car was $1,000, could you find the money? All right, simple as that. If I pulled up in a detail of the car, of the home, and I told you all you needed to own this car was $1,000, could you find the money? Or whatever the price it costs to get started in your business. And they of course they should say yes. They shouldn't say what's the catch, right? And from there you want to say, well, what would you do? Because then you're going to get their mind to create ways of coming up with $1,000, whether it's selling some guns, selling some bow and arrows, getting rid of some purses, some high heel shoes that they no longer wear, some dresses, whatever it is. Now you giving them a reason to come up with the money, right? By doing this, if they can find a way to come up with $1,000, they can find a way to get started in your business, whatever the case may be, right? So it's never that they don't have the money, guys. Remember that. Never that. I don't have time. Ooh, this is a good one. I like to come back with the I don't have time in a lot of ways. One of my favorite ways is I like to say, well, I know that you was granted 24 hours instead of 18. So when you say you don't have time, basically what you're saying, you haven't learned how to manage your time, right? That's kind of my way. But for the sake of this train, I like to say awesome. I'm just curious, if you had all the time in the world, what would you spend that time doing? If you did have all the time, ain't no, well, I don't have time. Well, yeah, I understand that. Me neither. No. But if you did have all the time, what would you spend time doing? Keep in mind that everything I'm sharing with you guys is to get your prospects to think, right? To find a deep desire, something deeper than what, basically what your product is, but more so what it can do. So let's just say their interest is fishing, right? So you want to come back and say, well, really? Well, what kind of fishing? They may say, well, bass fishing, right? So, oh man, that's pretty dope. You want to ask, say, when was the last time you went bass fishing? So this right here is going to create that pain. They're going to get to think like, man, it's been 2 years, 5 years, right? I don't get to do it at all. I can't remember, right? So now you found the problem around what they love or enjoy. So you want to say, if you had all the time in the world, you would be basically doing more bass fishing, right? So you just want to basically share with them what they just told you, just to confirm. If I can show you a way to spend a little time, keep in mind, because they say they don't have time. So if I can show you a way to spend a little time on a side project so you can have more time to bass fish, that would make more sense, right? And it should. It should, because you have now attached an emotion to them not having time to do it, right? So your whole point is to share with them like, hey, with just a little bit of time, what if I can show you a way where you can actually fish more? That'll make more sense, right? You guys like that? Show some love if you guys are feeling that, man. I appreciate it. Here's another good one. Is this a pyramid? Wow, this is the pyramid. Pretty sure you guys get that, right? I haven't got it. I barely get. I may get this 1 out of 20 people or so, maybe. So what I did, I tied in, is this a pyramid, in with basically, is this a pyramid scheme? But if someone says, is this a pyramid, to me, like, I just kind of like, look, like the pyramid on $1, right? Kind of, throw a little chuckle in there. You know that the pyramid is one of the most sound structures on earth, right? Now you want to share something good about this pyramid, because technically you're afraid of a pyramid. I don't know why people are more afraid of pyramids than the circle, right? The rat race, the hamster wheel. So let's say they say, is this one of those pyramid schemes? You just, hey, what do you mean by pyramid scheme? Explain yourself. Like, what is that? Last time I checked, aren't those things illegal? That's your reply to that. Aren't those things illegal? And you want to see what see if your prospects even know what a pyramid scheme is. And if they happen to don't know, just tell them basically a pyramid scheme is when you put your money into something that doesn't have a product, right? Basically what it is. So just laugh it off and just say, man, I could appreciate you don't know what a pyramid scheme is, and plus I wouldn't waste your time showing you something illegal. But what I am here to show you is a legitimate business plan that will allow you to, add the benefit and without the pain. So you're telling them, hey, I wouldn't waste your time showing you something illegal. But what I'm here to show you is a legitimate business plan that will allow you to lose 10 pounds over the next 7 days without being on a strict diet. Or I'm showing you a way to where you can actually travel more frequently without having to put in vacation days or, break the bank, whatever the case may be, right? That's the best way to come back off of this pyramid scheme. Just say, hey, those things are illegal, man. I won't be wasting my time showing you something illegal. Come on now. And I have to talk to my spouse. Let me check with my husband. Let me check with my wife. Come on now. Have you heard this before? A quick nugget before we even go into this. Basically, get the decision maker, the person that makes the decision, get that person either on the phone or in front of the presentation. Whoever makes the decisions, right? So just clear it up off the bat. All right. So just say, hey, I can appreciate you sharing this with me, because I know some relationships like to make money or invest in decisions together. I appreciate that, right? Y'all may have that type of relationship. But let me ask you, who is the decision maker when it comes to money, right? Who makes the money decisions? Now, in most cases, I like to share this. I like to tell them that typically the woman makes the decision, right? I like to say, typically the woman is the one that makes the decision, whether it's a woman that I'm talking to or a guy. Because most women, they like to feel like they're in control. So, yeah, most women they're the one that make the financial decision. That correct? Get them to, nod. Yeah, you're right. Or if it's a guy, same thing, right? And if it is the guy and that's the case, try to see, can you book an appointment to get the wife on the phone, or book an appointment to try to get the wife to come on down, or whatever the case may be, right? But ask that person, what are you allowed to spend without consulting your spouse? And this is pretty fun, because what happens is this. You may want to check with your spouse on an investment or spending or whatever the case may be, but what are you allowed to spend? Because here's the thing. Ask them. I like to throw the $2,000. Can you spend $2,000 without consulting your spouse? In some case, depending on who you're talking to. But let's just say, well, no, I can't spend that much without talking to my spouse. Well, how much can you spend? And typically, they should give you a number. Well, I can spend about $1,000 without letting them know. Great. So if this investment will cost you $200, consulting your spouse won't be a problem, correct? Right? You want to make sure that $200 is not a problem, because you do have $1,000 budget, right? So that's that. And there are so many ways to come back off this, guys. But these are the top 5. And like I said, watch this training over and over. And like I said, man, screenshot this, take some notes, whatever the case may be. But I just want to let you guys know that basically your objections aren't nothing but unanswered questions. That's it. That's all they are. Just unanswered questions, guys. So if you guys got value, man, feel free to let me know. Put in the comment section, share this video, whatever the case may be. And other than that, guys, I'm out of here. It's your boy, J Cobb. Be humble, be consistent, be you.